Good evening, and welcome. My name is Annette Zalowski, and I'm not only a parishioner here at St. Joseph's, but I'm also the board chair of a nonprofit behavioral health organization called SamaraCare. As part of our Mind Spiritual Wellness program here at St. Joe's, we have asked Reverend Dr. Bill Russell and Reverend Dr. Penny Taylor to speak to us. They currently work at SamaraCare's Downers Grove offices on Warrenville Road and serve as clinical staff therapists with expertise in addressing anxiety and stress. Being that SamaraCare supports Christian values, both Penny and Bill can incorporate spiritual practices and theology as requested in their therapy. Following Penny and Bill's presentation, our own Amanda Fenton on the violin, Belford Hernandez on the piano, and Tim Archibald on the cello will entertain us with Christian, classical, romantic, and even Venezuelan tango music. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Penny and Bill.
Thank you, Annette, and thank you everyone for coming out this evening. It's great to see everyone coming to this space. We also would like to thank the Mind and Spiritual Wellness Ministry Board here at St. Joseph, the whole parish at St. Joseph, Father Al, who we just met this evening. Very nice to meet you. And especially our gifted and talented musicians, Amanda, Tim, and Belford. All who came this evening, please share this information with your friends and neighbors, and maybe next year we'll pack it even fuller. Right, Bill?
Oh, that's a good possibility. So I have a question for you this night. The holidays are coming, Thanksgiving is around the corner, then Christmas. Does anyone feel their anxiety going up a bit? Just a little bit. I imagine so. It's a busy time of year. Our body, our mind, the very spirit inside of us, and our relationships can feel excited, and then sometimes that anxiety gets the better of us, and we need to calm it down a bit. So there's things like tonight with beautiful music in a sacred space, which is a wonderful form of self-care. There's many forms of self-care, but this is a wonderful form of self-care to sort of calm that anxiety down, to make life a little bit better and forget about all the anxiousness of the day and simply dissolve into the music. So thank you folks especially. And we're in a sacred space this night, St. Joseph Church. Spiritual care is what this place is all about. Spiritual care through prayer, through the Sunday masses, all the different celebrations, confirmation, communion, all those things provide a sense of stability for each of us in our life in different ways. And it can be very powerful to keep the anxieties of our life down when times start to feel a little overwhelming. And yet we know sometimes it's our physical body. And I hope everyone has a medical doctor, a family doctor out there, so that whenever the anxieties of our body, you can think of those aches and pains, my back's been hurting today, a variety of things can increase our anxiety in different ways. So we go find a medical doctor. And then at other times, anxiety builds up here in the brain in a way that overwhelms us. So much so that sometimes our relationships get stressed. The very reality of who we are can get so confused up here sometimes. And that's what mental health services are all about. It's about those times when the self-care we do, the spiritual care we try, that usually holds us steady, isn't quite working together as much as it should. And that's where Penny and I come in, and SamaraCare comes in. Because we're a faith-based organization, so many of us are very well trained to go into the spirituality of a client's tradition, to work with them if they wish and bring that into clinical therapy, and to reconnect them. Because everyone at some point, each of us has a normal day of functioning with anxiety sort of here. And every once in a while, something spikes it up. And often self-care and spiritual care will bring it back down and we can keep going. But sometimes it spikes up, and to our very best we try with self-care and spiritual care, it doesn't quite come back. And sometimes we need a little help, like a medical doctor or a therapist. And that's what we do. And we've been doing it for 50 years as a partner in this community in Downers, Lyle, and Naperville, and we're literally 2 blocks away on Warren Avenue. So Penny's going to talk a little bit more about who we are and what we offer.
And we also have an office in Wilmette as well. So we branch out through the Chicagoland area quite extensively. And as Bill said, when anxiety spikes, we need additional assistance. And SamaraCare offers over 50 years of clinical mental health counseling. It's a wonderful organization. This year, the past year, we've serviced over 2,800 people. And of that population, we've had fee subsidies for over 850 people. So that's why this program is so important for SamaraCare tonight, because anybody who can afford to make a donation, your donations will go to help families that are in need. Within our clinical hours, there's over 30,000 clinical hours that are devoted to counseling individuals, family, and children. And we serve over 6 counties in the area. So what populations? Again, it's children, adults, seniors, couples, families, people that are in need, that need someone to talk to. And we are blessed at SamaraCare because we have 3 psychiatrists on staff. They're all very talented. We have a new nurse practitioner who works with the psychiatrists, a gift for all of us. We have 30+ clinicians, and this is another huge gift that we offer. We provide high-quality mental health services to families with various needs. We treat families that have autism. We treat people that have anxiety disorders, depression, and various mental health concerns. We work with couples that need counseling to get through life transitions. And so if you think of any of those topics, I would encourage you to visit our website so you can learn more. And additionally, there's brochures in the front of the narthex that tell a little bit more about SamaraCare. Our goal is to help to improve everyone's mental health counseling or mental health coping abilities, and we do that through counseling. And at SamaraCare, I can truly say that we care about our clients. I personally pray for my clients. I have many people that have devastating health conditions, whether it's long COVID, diagnoses of breast cancer, and so on. And it's important to know that you have someone who cares. So we are concerned about caring for you and your family needs. And as Bill said, we're only 2 blocks away. We're your neighbors. Bill and I drive by this location at least 4 days a week. So we thank you all for your time and support. And again, there's information in the narthex with our business cards and brochures from SamaraCare. So thank you very much. And let's enjoy some wonderful music, and I have a feeling we're going to want to dance on some of these, okay?
Good evening. It's really wonderful to be here with all of you, sharing the wonderful message that you hear early in the program. And also, we're grateful for the opportunity we have to make music for all of you. It's not very often that you have a program that had a little bit of classical, sacred, and Venezuelan music, right? I'm very, as you can tell, probably by my accent, I'm from Venezuela, and I've been here for many years. And growing up in Venezuela, we never imagined that it will become like a country of immigrants. As you might know, as you might probably hear the news, there are many Venezuelans, especially in the Chicago area, who are actually living in not favorable conditions, and many actually sleeping on the streets under these conditions. But when I think about all this population and many other countries that they have to flee their countries for many reasons, I think that one thing that unites us all together is the power of music. The piece that you're going to hear, Luna, which is mean Luna de Margarita, which is mean Margaret Moon, is a beautiful island in Venezuela where you, for some reason, obviously the sun sets, and when the moon comes, it seems like the moon is closer to the earth. And this melody, it kind of gives you the impression that, when you see that big moon, you kind of think, wow, you kind of feel closer to home, because obviously we share the same moon whenever we are. And so that is basically the reflect of that piece of music that is called Luna de Margarita. The second piece you will hear in this round is also called La Casita de Mis Viejos, like my parents' house. And this is a very emotional type of piece. Actually, it's not necessarily Venezuelan, it's mostly, this is an Argentinian rooted melody, where the composers resemble the memories that probably all of us have when we were kids, growing up and living there, with our parents, and all the many, adventures and things that happen in that beautiful space and time of our life. And the last piece, Pajarillo, that is a Venezuelan piece. It is directly related to one part of Venezuela that is on the plain fields. Venezuela has one section that you are not going to see mountains for hundreds and hundreds of miles. In that area, in the plain fields, the life is very active. You definitely live around nature and animals, and somebody decided to put those sounds and content into music. And parillo means like a little bird, and like you can see in nature, like a mockingbird that is flying all around. That's why the music is very animated. So we are once again very grateful for the opportunity to play this music with you and with such a wonderful musicians and a wonderful audience as you are. So thank you.
Thank you.